He Sledge, I'm Hammer.
We've got some news about the future, present, and past Call of Duty games to dissect in this edition of the Call of Duty News of the Week. First, let's talk about the future Call of Duty, which is actually set in the past. Well, fuck, this is gonna get confusing quickly, so I'll just name drop instead. For Call of Duty World War II, there was an interview conducted recently by Edge magazine in which we got some additional 411 before E3 next week regarding all 3 game modes. In campaign news, we got some new screenshots which will trigger the kids that think that being a Nazi is edgy and cool because of the lack of SWAT stickers, even though there's German editions of the magazine which would have had to censor them anyways. Seriously, if you're not going to play a game because there's no SWAT stickers in it, I'm glad I won't be playing against you in the new Call of Duty game because you probably play like a bitch anyways. Speaking of playing like a bitch, Condry also confirmed in a tweet that there will be no unlimited sprint in the game, which means it'll be more tactical, aka my left thumb is going to fucking fall off. Try going back to play Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 3 after playing the new Call of Duty games. Having to click on the left stick so often is more annoying than Kevin Hart's voice. Hopefully it'll be more like Modern Warfare 2 where Marathon Pro wasn't really a necessity, unlike in the original Black Ops games. Yay, CTF captures. Anyways, back to the magazine interview where Michelle discussed the maps and how they'll play more grounded and strategic, as well as expanding the battlefields to other fronts that will not be in the campaign, which is to say we'll probably get some in the Pacific Theater and the Eastern Front. Hashtag the Hammer then spoke about the backstory of zombies, which will be based on real events and will have a Dead Space-like signature to it. Wonder how much that John Hancock is actually worth. On to Infinite Warfare news, as a few small patches have been drip-fed in the past week, with the latest update just being minor bug fixes with things like counters because apparently Infinity Ward can't map. However, in the earlier update, there were some fixes to score streaks that had tracking missiles to actually be countered by phase shift, active camo, or hardwired, so that this way it doesn't look like it's blowing up invisible things like North Korea. For weapon updates, buffs were given to the Volk to have less horizontal recoil. The Trencher aim down sight now sways less than your drunken uncle trying to dance at a wedding. The HVR Gemini version can now shoot better from the hip, as well as the Auger Fury when going Rambo style and holding down the trigger. And the Titan Scout has a greater FOV, but enjoy your frame rate drops on the shitty console hardware. Nerfs were handed out to the VPR, again, for short range reduction, and the RVN for multiple ranges, but the burst delay has been decreased, so get that trigger finger ready from blasting your own asshole. Even though the patches were mostly devoid of meaningful fixes, they did bring along some new BBD bops for data miners to grab. First of which are a bunch of new weapons, and updates to the 2 weapons I spoke about last time, the Model 2187 shotgun and the Barrett 50 cal, which seems to be a break action sniper, so perhaps that's what the BA stands for in the file names, not Barrett. So confusing. Also found where the stat loadout images, of which we can't really rely on the stats that the game gives because they lie more than a politician trying to get elected. First, let's take a look at the BA 50 cal, which has a single bullet chamber that seems to be a one shot from the waist up and a sick hip fire spread, or maybe that's just shitty hit detection. Next is the Model 2187 shotgun. As you can see here is a futuristic updated version of the 1887 lever action shotgun, and for those that love nostalgia, there's also an akimbo attachment that will harken back nightmares of getting moonshotted across the universe. Speaking of getting shot across the universe, here's a new weapon, the Gauss LMG, which is a semi-automatic. What the actual fuck? Just like a Billy Mays commercial, but wait, there's more, as you could charge up the shot by holding down the trigger and then releasing it, which makes the shot more powerful. So powerful, in fact, that you could one shot from across the map with it. Fucking hell. Thankfully, it only has 14 bullets in the mag. After that is another sniper, this time the long shot, which kind of resembles the Xeon in looks, but in behavior is more like a sniper shotgun combo since it uses the Rack 9 view model. It's very rough as the scope isn't even fully rendered in here, but the hip fire seems to have the shotgun spread and the bodies go flying like a Battlefield 1 ragdoll. There's a sniper shotgun hybrid in Call of Duty Online, so why not here? Also a burst fire LMG, even though it says automatic in the load screen, which doesn't have a gun model yet, so it's using the raw, but it contains a grenade launcher that pops off an exploding drone instead of a regular grenade. Another semi-automatic weapon, the TAC Burst, again with the misleading automatic trait on the load screen, has an OSA as a placeholder with a grenade launcher as well. Lastly is a new pistol called MAG, using the Hailstorm as a placeholder that is semi-automatic, which is probably a 44 Magnum based on the name only. The Model 2187 and BA 50 cal are clearly very far along, with the rest in early stages, so maybe we'll see those first 2 guns as part of a June update. That's not all when it comes to leaks, as there's some new hidden animated camos found, and these are fucking sick, not like those rush stretched out calling card money grabbing vibing bullshits that we got earlier this year. Here's the Sunrise camo with the palm trees, Shooting Stars that lights up the stock and grip, Lagoon that looks like a Slurpee machine, Inferno if you're Dr. Evil and like liquid hot magma, Fireworks, which I fucking hate, link in the description to an old rant video about them, this unnamed light blue one, and lastly Champion, which is black and yellow, like the CWL, not Wiz Khalifa. No dates on these yet, but given that there's a camo for Fireworks, I bet that one is for July 4th, and the Champion one won't be out until after the CWL Finals, which is August 9th through 13th. And someone call a plumber because we're not done yet with the leaks. Lee Ross has been tweeting out some pictures of what appears to be the Zombies theme for DLC number 3, but as per all of their other concepts, it's more disjointed than a contortionist. There's a moon, part of an S that could trip balls like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, and a movie poster that looks like a Western. If I had to guess, it would be a 60s theme, considering they've done 70s, 80s, and 90s already, and Westerns were popular in the 50s and 60s, with Scooby-Doo starting in 1969. If for nothing else, it's fun seeing Lee Ross smack haters and tweet responses with his signature shades emoji at the end. These fucking Zombies kids, man. Anyways, on to Modern Warfare Reimagined news, as not one but two different outlets have leaked that the game will be sold separately in late June. First was from a German website, which was taken down, that had a June 23rd date and a price of €37, which is equivalent to $40 US, and there is a listing on a Japanese website here, which is a June 20th date for the PlayStation 4, and 1 month later on July 20th for the Xbox One, with a price of 7,776 yen, or $70 US. Now, the Japanese listing says import, which is usually more than the normal price if you've ever bought a CD import, but it seems that it will be sold at a non-discount price, even though it's been held hostage by Infinite Warfare for 7 months, and does not come with the DLC as every single other remaster in the past, and has the early PlayStation release because Activision is spelt with a $sign. Their greed knows no fucking bounds. But in good DLC news, Black Ops 3 on the PC only will have all multiplayer DLC maps playable for free for 30 days, well, now 25 days since it started back on May 30th. Players that bought the DLC will get double XP for all of the maps that they actually own, and Season Pass owners will get double XP on every multiplayer map. Normally, I'd plug my Green Man Gaming partnership, given that Black Ops 3 is only $20 on the website. However, it's out of stock. Should have got it when the going was good. And Treyarch has also been busy patching exploits in Zombies Chronicles, along with finally getting rid of the jitter mod cheese that Infinity Ward patched months ago. I can't believe that people were so shit at the game that they'd have to cheat with a controller with the best fucking gun in the game, the Brecci, in order to be somewhat competent. That's fucking pathetic. Anyways, I've been the Schwans27, making like a dick and beating it. Until next time.